Hello, I'm Ann. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of Election Connection, where we report the facts on the political process. Tonight, we're here to talk about a problem plaguing our country: low voter turnout. Voter turnout refers to the percentage of eligible voters that cast a ballot in an election. In 2014, we saw a decline in voter turnout for youth, with only 19.9% of youth casting ballots in the 2014 election cycle. This was the lowest youth turnout rate ever recorded in a federal election. And if this pattern continues, we will see less and less representation for college students in our government, which is especially important with our presidential election coming up. Let's go to our local college correspondents to find out exactly why it is that college students are not voting.
Okay. So how old are you?
20.
Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Did you vote for the most recent election?
No.
No. Would you be more likely to vote if voting on campus was an option?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, how old are you? I am 20. Are you registered to vote?
No.
Did you vote in the most recent election?
No.
If you could vote on campus, would that influence you to vote?
Probably because everyone else around would be doing it too.
Okay. And if you're not from Kentucky or like the Lexington area and we didn't have class on election day, would that influence you to vote?
Probably.
Alright, so how old are you?
22.
And are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Did you vote in the most recent election?
No.
If you could vote on campus, would that influence you to vote?
Yes.
And if you aren't from Kentucky and we didn't have class on election day, would that influence you to go home and vote?
Yes.
All right. How old are you?
20.
Okay. Are you registered to vote?
No.
Did you vote for the most recent election?
No.
Would you be more likely to vote if voting on campus was an option?
Yes.
Okay.
How old are you? 20. Are you registered to vote? No. Did you vote in the most recent election? No. If you could vote on campus, would that influence you to vote? No. And if you aren't from Kentucky and we didn't have class on election day, would that influence you to vote?
No.
How old are you?
20.
Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Did you vote in the most recent election?
No.
Would you be more likely to vote on campus if you could vote on campus?
Yes.
If you're not from Kentucky, would you be more likely to vote if you could go home and classes were canceled?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Did you vote in the most recent election?
No.
And then would being able to vote on campus make you more likely to vote?
Yes.
And then, so you're from Ohio. If we didn't have classes on election day, would you be more likely to go home and vote?
No.
How old are you?
20.
Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Did you vote in the most recent election?
No.
So if you could vote on campus, would that influence you to vote?
Yes.
And if you aren't from Kentucky and we didn't have class on election day, would that make you want to vote more?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
Are you registered to vote?
No.
So you didn't vote in the most recent election.
No.
If you could vote on campus, would that influence you to vote?
Yes.
If you aren't from Kentucky and we didn't have class on election day, would you go home to vote?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Did you vote in the most recent election?
No.
If you could vote on campus, would that influence you to vote?
Probably.
If you aren't from Kentucky and we didn't have class on election day, would that influence you to vote?
Yes.
Wow, there seems to be a lot of obstacles that get in the way of voting. Let's turn to our experts to see why this voter turnout is so important and what we can do to change it.
Hello there, I'm Sativa, a voting poll expert. There are a few alarming things you should know. First being that voting is actually habit forming. When young people learn the voting process and vote, they are more likely to do so when they get older. If individuals have been motivated to get to the polls once, they're more likely to return. So getting young people to vote early could be key in raising a new generation of voters. These are some of the most frequently occurring reasons for young people ages 18 to 24 are not voting. For those in college, being out of town or away from home is the reason that 23.1% of people did not vote. 12.2% voted because they were not interested, 8.4% forgot to vote, 34.7% were too busy, and 21.6% reported other reasons. For 18 to 24-year-olds not in college, being too busy or conflicting with work contributed to the largest percentage of not being able to vote at 30%. Other reasons, 33%. Forgetting to vote, 12.3%. Being out of town was only 5.3%. And with 19.4%, they were not interested. Our voices really do matter. Young people aged 18 to 29 make up 21% of the eligible voting population in the United States. As you can see here from this graph that illustrates party affiliation between 1992 and 2008, there is a party shift occurring in the voting population of young people, which could result in a shift in representation if more young people decided to vote.
We have seen how significant the problem voter turnout is, explored polling data, and found out from our friends on the streets why it is that college students do not vote. However, we have yet to discuss what we can do to solve this problem.
Hi, I'm Emily. There are multiple ways to fix the problem of low voter turnout on college campuses is one way to fix the problem. There are over 65% of people we interviewed, and they said that they would vote if there wasn't class on election day and if they could vote on their campus. A lot of people said their main reason was because they weren't registered or out of town, and they didn't have transportation or time to get to their assigned poll. So adding polls on college campuses is a great way to increase voter turnout. Some other things that could be done are make registering easier, allow people to vote online, hire more qualified people to work the polls, and get people more excited.
Let's take a second to hear from some of our presidential candidates.
I'm a candidate for the Republican Party. My name is Vody Pols.
Hello, I am the candidate for the Democratic Party. My name is Ballot Card.
I'm from Kentucky and I'm for Cole, unlike Mrs. Card over here.
I'm from New York. And unlike Mrs. Pols, I care about our environment. My platform is to keep us Americans living long and healthy lives, and that is accomplished by keeping the earth green.
Well, there are far more important things than grass, my friend, like business, such as Walmart being a monopoly now.
Nobody said anything about grass, Mrs. Pols. My interest is in big business and to keep America a powerhouse.
To keep America a powerhouse, we need to shop small and support small businesses. That's how we support each other.
Well, I am not sure how you know about business because you are not for education. Our public school system should be a huge investment for America. They are our future.
I am for education, but I do not believe in going more in debt than we already are. We need to focus more on niche economies such as small businesses like the coal and mining industry. That is what will make America great again.
Coal is terrible for the environment. There will be no future if we continue down this path, and it costs billions and billions of dollars, which adds to our debt. I beg you, America, please vote in this election.
Yes, please vote and keep up with your current events to become an informed voter. Mrs. Card and I might not agree on everything, but we both agree it's your civil duty to vote.
I remember as soon as I turned 18, I used my American privilege to better the country. It is a privilege to be able to vote under the First Amendment, and this privilege should not be taken lightly.
Thank you, America, and vote.
So don't forget to register to vote. If you're away from home, don't forget that the absentee ballots are easily accessible. Just go to www.rockthevote.com and click on your state on the map provided for more details, forms, and other resources so that you can go and rock that vote.